Hi, Carolyn. Can you unmute? You have a mute button there? Can you unmute it?
It should be her.
No, it should be her. Yeah, I remember doing some Zoom. There you go.
There you go.
Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
We hear you. All right, we'll declare the meeting open at 7:11. Actually, there's no one near 7:11. We'll do it here. I'm glad you got it. And adjustments to the agenda, I would like to add a discussion of the planning grant and the revision of the town plan. So we could put that as the new 8.
Okay.
So that'd be planning grant and town plan revision. Because I've got some information about that.
Great.
Any other adjustments to the agenda?
Nope.
All right. So we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves since we have someone that probably knows none of us in the room.
Ken Carter.
Bill Irwin.
Mickey Crib. Mickey Mouse. Tammy Brenn.
Amy, is your mic on?
No.
Oh, yeah. All right.
One member of the public. Do we have a sign-up sheet anywhere?
That's interesting. We know how we do that with regard to people that are
Oh, zooming in.
remote,
We can just maybe write it.
I guess. Yeah. No, if I get, oh, there we go. Right. So we also have a member of the public here. We're going to ask you to sign a sheet. And we're going to add Carolyn Bruns to the.
We're here on the same muscle.
Okay, great. We're going to add your name to the list of people in attendance since you're remote.
Good.
And that leaves us to where I think you two are here to chat. And I guess,
We have a kind of a
oh, we have a letter of
template
introduction.
here that we.
Oh, this is what they would like us to consider. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes, model.
Although actually, I just had Carolyn just to catch me up with what's going on. She said, not tonight. Maybe she's changed her mind. You're talking about a letter?
Yeah.
Supposing we're asking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's Burlington.
Burlington.
Bakersfield.
This is the finest grade paper.
I know, she's heavy bond. Carolyn, are you the one that wants to talk about this letter
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
So
We can both chime in. I think the letter, are you asking about the letter of support that we are requesting?
Yeah, for the tree planting grant?
The one that you sent me today.
Yeah, yeah, well, this was on the grant website, so it's a template for the municipal organizations that we're gonna be asking for support from. And I just kind of put, I just kind of put
our
like
plan.
planning commission. The thing that I think that you have to describe, it says describe how the project advances the town plan, including whether the project is located in a state designated planning area. So I really don't know what that means, and I hope maybe you do. Do you have any in the town plan? You probably don't have any specific plans to plant trees,
Right.
but you might have plans to make the town, more comfortable for people to gather and meet, and maybe more, more safe for the kids, or, the reason we want to put the trees in the school area, the playground area, is it's been noted that it's very, very hot in the summer. The playground structure is unusable in the hot sun. And these trees they're pretty mature. They're going to be 10 to 12 feet, and they will, depending on what species we plant, they'll grow pretty fast. I mean, it won't be very instant, but the whole idea is to create safe and comfortable spaces for the kids to play. And also, because we want to plant a couple in the town common. There were 2 trees years ago that were cut down. We want to kind of replace those near the sidewalk, and then, maybe have a couple of benches near the sidewalk under the shade trees, maybe even, there used to be a picnic table. But basically, to make a town focus, we want to develop the town center with the common and the town park, and make it, comfortable, and a place
Inviting.
that people might want to meet.
So got some good news for you. In our town plan of 2018, we have a whole collection of goals and policies. And one of them is specifically encourage the planting of trees in the schoolyard and parks and throughout
Oh
the
my
town.
gosh. Wow, fancy that.
Perfect.
So we'll have something very
Specific.
clear and specific to cite in our town plan relative to this letter. And we can also provide a statement of support for it, not just that it's in the plan. But I think that it would be good for us to consider a motion to send a letter of recommendation. And I assume that the letter is to Darren Shibler, Chittenden County Regional Planning Commission, with the address in Winooski, and then our citation for who we are, and our signature. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be gathering, like, in other words, don't mail it to him.
Okay.
We're gonna gather the letters, and we have a person from the Northwest Regional Planning Commission is gonna help us write the grant. That's Marlena
Okay.
Valenta.
Yeah.
And in your letter, I don't know if one of the things that we've been told, the grantors are looking for is, to serve people who have been underserved, in the community. That's another reason why we thought the school, because lots of families do go there, and they, the trees need to benefit a wide range of people and demographics and
Yeah.
status. So,
Yeah. The school's the perfect place, because every family of every socioeconomic status uses the school, and also the recreation area. I know when I first moved here 20 years ago, I met lots of friends because I would take my child over to the school playground, and
yeah.
he played with their kids, and we've been friends ever since. So
Yep. Great. The other thing, we're in contact, or we're going to be in contact with the after school director. That's Rachel Huff, and she may want to plant a couple of plum trees, which would also, the grant would cover that too. And
great.
the grant covers a lot. We're going to get technical help, and we'll even get I think like in what I sent you, we can either, hire people to get the trees established. So if we get it, it's gonna be, I think, a big benefit to the community.
I think it's fantastic.
Sounds like it, yeah.
We
Sounds great.
lost trees in the schoolyard too. We had, remember they used to be 3, I think, and I think one's been
Giant,
replaced.
that
but
giant
they
oak
were
tree, I know.
beautiful.
I
It was
know,
very-
terrible. That was a
Yeah.
beautiful tree.
So I'm willing to make a motion if we're ready for that.
Yes.
So see if this meets the need. So I make a motion to send a letter of recommendation in support of the community tree planting grant, which describes how the project fits with the town plan.
Right.
Second,
All right. So any further discussion on the motion?
no,
Is there anything you wanted to add, Pat, while you're?
Very good. You got Carolyn sort of brings workplace of the commission. And, except to say that I've been to the school several times, I was there today. Kevin Briggs is like terrific.
Hmm.
For Rachel Huff is all for it. So what can you say? How
Yeah.
can you be opposed to planting a tree?
all right.
I found sad every time I saw any of the trees go. And I think it's wonderful. We've lost some trees from age and we've replanted trees a few feet away to replace them. And these were 200-year-old trees, so that's nice. Well, if there's no further discussion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And anyone opposed? So it's unanimous. That'll also go in our letter. It's a unanimous decision of the Bakersfield Planning Commission to support this wonderful effort. We thank you for what you're doing to seek this grant. And it's not easy. And it's also going to have great fruit.
Indeed.
Great,
Is it,
thank you.
is
Literally.
that grant gonna be released in the
Good one.
spring presumably? For planting time, or do we not? know?
The grant is submitted in January, I don't know when we expect. Carol, do you have an idea?
Do you know when to expect the, do you know when to expect the answer for the grant?
The deadline is January 10th, I think.
Yeah,
When would
So it will be after that.
Okay.
Okay.
when do you submit the letters, do you know?
Well, like I said, the deadline's January 10th. So we have until then, but we're gonna just gather everything and get our ducks in the row and
Yeah, so sooner,
And-
sooner the better, kind of.
yeah, and I think we're fortunate to have the Northwest Regional Planning Commission as our fiscal agent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very helpful.
So great, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome to stick around and watch.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'll catch the Zoom later.
Yeah, that people
I have
are-
been watching that.
No, I bet. All right, take care.
Okay.
You're
So
welcome.
we said we're gonna do it. How are we gonna make it happen?
Well, I'm glad to,
Well, we've got to. You've
Yeah.
got to write it, right? the
what I would do is I would write it and send it,
letter.
well, I mean, I think by the open meeting law, you're not supposed to send something to everybody.
You're not supposed to?
But we could have this
At the next
written
meeting.
and reviewed next meeting.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we've got. plenty
I
of
can
time.
send it to everybody, but we won't discuss it
Right,
or vote on it until the next
and then,
meeting.
and then
Right.
you can sign it. and we'll give it
Because
to
the next
them.
meeting is November and it doesn't have to
Oh,
go into
which we
January.
can-
Yeah, we'll take a look at that.
which
So-
is-
If you guys are okay with it, anybody else want to do it? Anyone else is welcome to do it if they'd like.
You sounded so enthusiastic. You
Well-
jumped right on that.
Yeah, I did find the citation
Yeah.
and there might be a couple of other places.
It's an open meeting, yeah, you better leave. it.
Yeah, it's open meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Okay.
So the next meeting, if we do it the first Monday of the month, is the night before elections.
Could we do it out there?
I mean, we can do it in here. I mean, we could do it out there.
Well, frankly, the night before elections, I think they're really busy in here.
That's what I was.
Well, we're setting up, but we start in the morning.
So you don't think it would be a problem?
I don't think it'd be- Well, what are we gonna do? We're gonna talk.
No, I mean, for
We
the
have to-
people running the election. I'm not worried about us.
Will this be
I'm more
available?
concerned about them.
It'll be
I mean,
set up
this
on-
whole, right,
So
but
this
so
will
like
be
this
set
will
up.
be, we'll be able to access the,
I don't think we'll have access to this. We might have to just do a regular Zoom on the laptop if
Mm.
we did it out there.
mhm.
In here, we've been pushing these back.
So
So we
I'm
might be
glad
able
to meet
see-
on that day of the,
Given that it's Thanksgiving month, I'm actually going to be gone for a couple of Mondays because I'm training.
Are you on the first Monday?
No, I leave the 11th.
okay, so that,
Because I think I leave, I
Fourth.
possibly leave on the seventh.
So we should probably.
Try to do it, the first one. Would
right, because I,
And I wasn't sure if, Churchill's were,
right.
remember they were kind of
And we did tell them
trying
though,
to figure out.
it was going to be the first Monday.
Yeah.
And I think we pretty much
Yeah.
stated they could count on that.
So
what's
the date?
November 4th.
Fourth.
November 4th?
All right. Okay, so I've put on this letter that I'll write it now, send it to all so that you can see it. You can, write your notes on it. And then when we get back together on the 4th of November, we'll revise it if necessary. And then I will have it completed to everyone's satisfaction. And we can vote on that approval of that letter and send it out to probably Carolyn. I don't know if we got her email address. Did she mention somebody who was going to be coming to? Okay. Cause she said they were gonna probably put it together with the rest of the grant.
They're requesting it from other entities in town for
Right.
support. Do you want me to give it to you right now, Bill? You want me to
Sure,
give it?
that's fine.
CarolynBronz@gmail.com.
So let me read it back. It's Carolyn Bronze, no E at the end, CarolynBronz @gmail.com. And there's no period between her first and last name.
No.
Okay. Very good. I got that. All right. And I won't be sending it to Mr. Schibler. I'll let them do that in the
Mhm.
grant.
Mhm. Big packet. Send it in a big packet. to Mr. Fiddler.
Right.
No public comments. September 2nd minutes, so we have those.
You,
On the
you-
website.
you know what? I don't think we had a very short meeting.
We did. Didn't we?
Yes.
We still have minutes.
I skipped it. I skipped
Because
it.
there were, I think, in fact, I think neither of you were there.
No, Nikki was here.
Oh, you were there. Okay, so it was just you.
I was
But,
just-
did you create minutes? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, did you send them out?
I sent them to Tommy. I thought you posted them, I thought you posted them on the website.
I mean, I do, but I didn't then.
I don't think I did, let me look.
You want to read them and then we
I
can,
sent,
we can approve them?
I can access them, I'm pretty
Still
sure.
Struggling like crazy to work this website,
Okay.
Kathy and I.
PC minutes, not July.
Did they change the password to town hall?
No.
I think it must be my phone is not picking up. Do you know what the password is? Can you share it?
Okay, I've got them right here. Do you want me to read them really quick?
Yeah.
So the meeting opened at 7:11. It's a theme. Nigel and Barbara Churchill are seeking to adjust the boundary line of their primary 1.01 acre lot to encompass 1 acre of their adjacent 11.04 acre lot. It's Nigel, I think, actually noted the primary lot is in the current 1 acre lot minimum zone, and they're proposing to increase it to 2.01 acres. The other parcel is in the 10 acre zone and will be decreased to 10.04 acres. They have not had the land surveyed yet and are seeking information from the commission regarding the process. Tammy noted they could subdivide the 11.04 acre lot parcel, as this will automatically give them a building lot and maybe the easy approach long term. They will need to contact all the abutters of the parcel. Bill stated they will need to consider septic, water service, well and driveway issues. He recommended that they ask the surveyor to verify the zoning. The hearing will need to be warned 15 days ahead. The Churchills anticipate they will be ready for the November meeting. Number 3, August minutes were tabled, lack of a quorum. Nikki was not at the last meeting. And number 4, the next meeting will be October 7th, 2024. Tammy made a motion to adjourn. He seconded, motion carried. Meeting adjourned at 7:25.
Wow. I knew there was some reason I thought about you for last time. It was because we couldn't
Do the
do
minutes.
the minutes.
Yeah.
So I would move the acceptance of those minutes as read.
Me, I'll second it.
Wasn't here.
Oh, yeah. So it'd have to be the 3 of us. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions? 1.
Abstain.
Yes. So 3 aye with 1 abstention from Mr. Carter. Okay. So I gave you your paper right back. Tammy, with the,
Okay,
thank you.
it's on the website, I found it.
Oh, good.
Did I do it right?
You did it.
And I put it.
I don't
in
think
my-
I did it,
I did it. I did it. I did.
because I'm pretty sure I thought, oh, Nikki did it.
Yeah. And should I email them to everybody or just put them on the website? In the
Oh,
future.
I would like getting an email if you don't
Prefer
mind.
email?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably the best way to do it. That way we can all see them and then.
Do you have my email address?
I don't think I have your emails. I mean, I probably do somewhere in the depths of my computer.
Ken Carter 72
Do we have that sign-in sheet?
@gmail.com.
We can put everybody's on there in case we need it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
I've got those.
I'll write it on here.
Yeah, that way. She's got a full record. All right. So there's no administrator here. We had yeah, sorry.
Schedule the
What I
next
do with mine.
meeting, we've done.
Yeah, so November 4th, we added I'm sorry, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this.
Yeah, we
rather
added
than
the
try-
discussion of planning grant and revision of the town plan.
Right. And so let me read my email from Emily. So she's all set to work with us on the grant. She would like to meet with us sometime before the end of the year. I'm thinking we could invite her to the November 4th. There's no other that would be a good time for us all to get together before the end of the year.
You got the Churchills.
Yeah,
But that'll be quick, the Churchill's thing, won't it? Because
and we could put her off until after too.
Yeah. What's Emily's last name?
Cloft,
Cloft.
Kloft.
Oh, there's two apps.
Correct.
She's with,
Northwest
Northwest.
Regional Planning Commission. And the second thing that I wanted to share was Alex Bailey, Barkley, yes. I thought he was for the Building and Loan Commission in It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, Alex has agreed to work with us on the grant.
And we just need.
We
a
need to-
request to
yeah.
the board. To pay for it,
Right.
or for half of
to
it.
use the. I think we should go. I think we should go for the whole thing.
Well, we specifically went before the,
So,
yeah, and in addition, I went before the
but this is a guarantee.
select board and asked for support for this planning grant,
Mhm,
and they said they would, so
mhm.
I think we have the permission to ask.
Because it's not even like it's an if,
Right.
Nick.
No, I'm fine
We're
with
gonna
it.
get the money.
I'm just so, try not to wear two hats. Up until now, we've been 50%. So for the fire department, the library, the select board is
Those
paying.
aren't town-owned
No.
entities either.
The library is. The library is
Well, it is
100% municipal.
now.
I'm just have that in the back of your brain. I agree that the town should pay for all of it, but the precedent right now is
Right.
50%. So,
Well, I'm certainly glad to have it whatever way it comes out, but I can tell you what, it's all coming out of taxes.
well,
Whether you do half of it by the library, and half by the select board, half by the fire department.
Yeah.
It's always going to be that the
Yeah.
people in Bakersfield pay for this stuff.
Yep.
I think it's just a game.
I,
So, regardless,
What's,
we'll just go with it as it comes.
what,
I
how
don't-
long do you think, how long will it take him to write that grant?
So my
You did the
opinion
last
is,
one, right?
and I asked Emily about this, and I'm gonna ask her when she comes, is I did the grant myself.
Mhm.
It's typical gibberish that requires that you try to figure out what they're asking. You put down what you think, and then you get a bunch of people to sign it. It's not really that hard.
Mhm.
And
Should
I
be.
probably spent a day on it. And I'm sure Alex would spend an hour and a half on it, because I don't know what I'm doing and he
Right.
knows exactly what he's
Right
doing.
up his alley, yeah.
But what we can do is we can first find out from Emily what she thinks, this is the most important thing, it would take for her hours to get the work done. That would then give us, let's say it's $3,500. And then we could say, okay, we're gonna need to ask for help with this, and we're gonna have to write a really glorious letter. But I think the planning grants are gonna pay for everything. It's usually just a match,
Mhm.
and it's a match maybe of some small percentage, 10%.
Was it 10,000 last, or?
Might have
Yeah,
been that
that's
much.
the number that sort of,
Yeah, I'm glad you remember.
I mean, that's
Yeah, so, it's
depths of my.
it's some sort of small match, but regardless, we'll get more information. But I think the grant part of it is the least expensive part. It's her hours and where it comes in. And we have to be really cautious about the hours, because it takes time to go through the
Mm.
whole plan.
Yeah,
And what we want to do, for example, is, let's say, okay, we're gonna all read the first, I don't know, first chapter or the first two chapters or something, and we're gonna meet and we're gonna talk about what our thoughts are about the first two chapters. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do the next two chapters, or whatever, there's 14 complete chapters right now. We don't want to have so many meetings that it takes us not only forever, but a lot of her hours
So
to go
when
through
we
it.
meet to talk about the two
We've got
chapters,
to be-
she's here with us.
She would be here to listen to.
And maybe lead us a little bit, or at least that's what happened last time, because this guy Taylor helped us, and he was, he was very familiar with our plan whenever he came to the meetings, and he'd say, oh, like, you guys might want to change the wording of this, or.
Yeah, they also work with the other towns. And they know what language is needed. For example, in the energy plan, you got to have some very specific language about what you want to preserve and what you can and cannot preserve. And similarly with transportation, housing, they've come out with new laws. And so we have to make sure we're aware of those. All hazards resiliency stuff is,
Solar stuff.
yeah, so all of
Shipping
these,
containers.
it's really helpful to have a full-time planner for the region who's not just seeing what other towns are saying, but also is worked on the writing of the regional plan. It's good for a municipal plan to follow through with the regional plan. There's consistency between the two of them.
So you said that we need to be careful of Emily's hours. What does that actually mean?
Efficient.
No, I know it means efficient, but I mean,
How do you do that?
how
Yeah.
many hours do we have? Do we have
So-
10 hours? Do we have?
Yeah, we'll have to talk to her about that.
That's
As to,
what she has.
yeah, what she thinks is typical. So for example, she'll drive out from where she lives and then stay here for an evening and drive back. So that could be a 2 or 3 hour charge.
Mhm.
If it's $100 an hour, let's just, say that. Then that, if, and the grant is, say, 10,000, we've got to make sure that we're sticking to getting our work done when
Yep.
she's here and we're burning her salary and not using her salary when we can do some other things that don't require her.
Mhm.
We wanted to have a separate meeting, because she'll do some other things like make sure that it gets warned. It has to go in certain places for certain amounts of time. And it's a little bit more than what we do locally, because it's state related, I think. Or county, maybe it's regional related.
So if we have at the next meeting, we
We're
don't
not
want
on the
to,
clock yet.
okay.
No.
Okay.
She, first of all, Northwest Regional Planning Commission gives us hours every year
Yeah.
for just general stuff. And so when she came before and when she comes this time, that's all a part of that normal hours. But when we start to work on this, not only do we need to be mindful of her hours, but when we did this 6 years ago, we worked like an hour and a half to 2 hours every meeting.
Mhm. We had some
Through
extra
the whole
meetings
winter.
too, even like, I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to be prepared for it too. It's not gonna be 17-minute meetings.
So, and during that time, if we have other, I mean, we don't often have other big
Like
things, but if
hearings.
another issue, would it behoove us to have that on a separate night? So
I
that
think we
can-
actually did meet some
We-
different
We
nights.
did, yeah,
Yeah.
for that reason, because we were dealing with some big planned unit developments at that time
Yeah.
too, and so we were, a lot of our meetings.
We would have a separate night with Emily.
Right,
And
Yeah.
have the hearing.
and that may be actually a routine part of it. It could be that we choose not to meet on the Mondays, that we choose to do it on another, not on the first Monday, but choose to meet on another time, because we can focus on it.
Mhm.
But we do need to also,
But those are open meetings as well.
yeah, we also have had some complaints from inside our commission here that we don't get enough public participation. So having the meetings at different times can be a little bit problematic.
Mhm.
Because these meetings are known to people and they're warned, and that either, we maybe think about, oh, we have a really light agenda for next month, so we'll just do that light agenda and the plan revision. And also, if we have another night, we want to warn that, but we've talked about here that we might want to use other methods to publicize this meeting, so that the revision meetings rather, so that we can look
Get more interest.
well
or-
in the face of questions about, did we do enough
Mhm.
to try to get public participation?
We have the town crier page now, Facebook page, and people do read that,
Good.
the
And
Facebook is,
Sharon automatically shares it to both community pages.
yeah.
So it's on 3 groups in Bakersfield.
Okay,
And
so,
oh, there's increasing like daily.
Yeah.
With-
another one, I don't know if it's free or not, is the,
On page 4.
on page 4. Yes,
Front page, front porch,
from porch, yes,
Front
from porch 4.
front page.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't either.
Didn't reach me.
I've heard of that front porch forum.
So I don't know if that's free, but we'll take advantage of whatever we can to get the word out.
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot more, like when we did it the last time, we
Yeah.
sent out a mailer, I think, one time, and, we offered
We
cookies.
put it on doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some,
Now there's a lot more kind of social media options or,
and still, we may find that there's
Yeah,
just not much.
poorly
interest.
attended, probably.
Yeah. It's never been.
We did this really cool. We did do
Compared to
that.
Monday Night
which is
Football, it is really much higher.
Riveting.
But
We had this very cool lady come in and with the flume demonstration. It was like about flooding and stuff, and it was kind of a table that you poured water in, and it showed like, oh, this is a 100-year flood. This is what would happen.
and it shows almost exactly what happened here in the past 2 Julys and what's happened down in Asheville and the rest of the Smoky Mountain.
But it was just the planning commission that got to see that.
Yeah, we put out so much publicity.
It's tough,
It
it
is.
is, but now we have the advantage that we can film it, so people can zoom
Right,
in.
that's
That's
true.
Yeah. And it is hard on nights.
Yeah, you get
Versus-
home, you gotta go, you wanna go out again.
I mean, it's,
If we did like a Saturday afternoon or something, when we don't want to be here.
Well,
I don't second that.
what happens though is it's like everybody that does anything in this town is the same bunch.
Yep.
Mhm, mhm,
and that's the same everywhere.
That's
We're
true.
not unique.
mhm.
So we don't really have a lot of other voices, and that can be a problem sometimes. Yeah. I don't think it's here. I think here we really very open and think about a lot of different things. So anyway, that's all I had for the. So I'll invite her. In fact,
To the 4th.
I've not heard from Mike Jarvis about the Churchills or from the Churchills, but I'm gonna have to hear within the next week.
So that you can warn it, because it's 15 minutes.
Yeah, right. So I don't know if I should reach out or just wait. Maybe it would be a December meeting.
It's on them.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Have any, they
yeah.
know, I mean,
Okay, good.
I agree. You need to chase it down.
I agree. Okay, so it might only be on the fourth. I don't hear from them.
All right, I move we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All right, and all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye. We are adjourned. Good job setting up the
7:50.
TV.